best 2 hours of Elvis.
Blue Suede Connection.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think it's safe to say that's a big song right there.
It's an enormous song.
When you think of a big song, what comes to your mind in Elvis's repertoire of music?
Well, Hurt, obviously. How Great Thou Art.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could go The Wonder of You trilogy.
Yeah, they're all coming up.
Yeah.
You know, I think when I think what is a big song in general, I think it can either be voice.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily all the music. It's the voice in that one. But in other
definitely.
ones, it's the instrumentation and just the dramatics of it. GoldmineMag.com feel these are the most influential Elvis songs of all time.
Okay.
What makes it influential? I guess it means it inspires you or
Yeah,
inspired people.
like If I Can Dream or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, some of these we're going to play today. We have played already, but some are, classics. Like That's All Right.
Okay.
They say that's an influential song. Obviously,
Yeah.
Heartbreak Hotel
Yeah.
is on their list.
Right.
Blue Christmas is on their list. Jailhouse Rock, It's Now or Never is on the list. If I Can Dream is number 10 on their list here. Actually, they gave us 15. I'm just kind of skimming through, giving the highlights.
Okay.
In the Ghetto, of course, that's
another song.
Yeah, that's a very relevant today.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Suspicious Minds, which is coming up real soon. The two big ones are coming up together. A little Burning Love and Suspicious Minds.
Ooh,
So you don't want to miss that.
We'll be dancing in the studio.
They Say My Way is a very influential Elvis
Really?
song.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And Viva Las Vegas.
Really?
That's
well,
an influential
I guess
song.
Nobody, forgets that. Even
Yeah.
if you're flying to Vegas or whatever. I've seen a whole plane sing along.
Everybody get good and comfy. It's story time with TL. Yay! Yes, it is, baby. It is all yours.
First, let me say that I hope I can get through this without crying because this story is so emotional.
We
to me.
got confidence in you.
Yeah, it comes from David Stanley, Elvis's stepbrother, who did a lot of security with Elvis on tour, and he recites something he witnessed one night. He noticed that there was some special people sitting in the VIP section as he was doing his security roundup, just checking everything. Elvis was in the back getting ready for the show, and he noticed this one young man in a wheelchair, and he was holding a sign in sort of an awkward manner that said Impossible Dream. And David knew that song. He knew that that was a song that Elvis often did in concert. And at the very bottom of the sign, in kind of this broken handwriting, the gentleman had written, "My impossible dream is to meet Elvis Presley."
Wow, okay.
So the whole scene really touched David, and he said, this is one thing I know I can do. So he gathered his wheelchair and his stuff and rolled him to the backstage where Elvis was getting ready. Now, typically Elvis didn't like to meet people. Just before he went on stage, he had these routines that he would do. So David, when he interrupted him, Elvis was like, "David, I don't meet people." He said, "No, you want to meet this boy. You want to meet this boy." So he brought him in, and Elvis took one look at him and read his sign, and he just I told him to get emotional.
You can do it. You can do it.
He just collapsed in the boy's lap.
Wow.
And just was hugging him, and the boy was stroking his hair, and the boy was trying to say his name, but he couldn't speak real well, so he was trying to say Elvis's name as best as he could. And David said it was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. He'd seen Elvis meet royalty, politicians, celebrities, spiritual leaders, but nothing like this had ever happened before. So at some point he had to break up the meeting and said, we have to go. It's really soon for us to go on stage. And Elvis said to the boy, "You come near me on the stage," and he had David place him where he could see him, and he said, "I will do your song."
Wow.
So
Beautiful story. Thanks, baby. Good stuff right there.
Good stuff.
Elvis used to joke, if you think Elvis is a funny name, he thinks Engelbert might have been a little funnier. And speaking of which, here's Engelbert Humperdinck talking about his friend.
I loved him. I loved the man. When the first time I ever met him, he came to see my show. He came to see my show first before I saw him. And believe me, it took me a good 10 minutes to quieten the audience down once I introduced him. He stood up and he had a cape on, and he opened this cape up like Batman. The audience went absolutely berserk.
Doing the big ones here on Blue Suede Connection today, and two really big ones coming up right here. Now, I think different artists have a song that they call like their anthem. Like Sinatra would probably be New York, New York.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Dean's Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'd be a big debate on which one of these two songs would be Elvis's anthem. We're talking the big ones, Burning Love and Suspicious Minds. Two great songs.
Yeah.
And you and I talk about it all the time. You turn on the radio, they're the songs you hear.
They're the ones you hear.
Yeah. You never get tired of them. I don't care how many times I've heard Burning Love. I'm driving my car, it comes on the radio, the speaker gets louder.
Yeah.
Same with Suspicious Minds.
Yeah. And I love when you're in a store and it comes on over the speakers, and I always stop and look around and everybody's bopping.
Yeah, you see who's singing to it.
Everybody's bopping. I don't care how old you are.
All right. RollingStone.com, we use them often for different lists, and sometimes we really, really get mad at them. And other times we're like, okay, we'll let you have that one. But they picked their best Elvis country songs, and we're going to play their number one pick after this list. But here we go. On their list, Gentle on My Mind. That's a good one from 1969. You Asked Me To from 1975. Kentucky Rain, great song. We get a lot of requests for that from 1970. Help Me Make It Through the Night from 1972. Off the Promised Land album, Green Green Grass at Home from 75. And this song from 1971, they say, is his best country song. Hey TL, I think Elvis fans are starting to catch on to Blue Suede Connection.
What's not to love, Daniel? 2 hours of great Elvis music, lots of fun. It's our own private party.
And we want everybody to be part of the party. Hear all the hits, rare cuts, and lots of surprises too. We are your Blue Suede Connection. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And hit that notification bell.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.